Don't look too closely at my eyes, because you will see the eyes of a very tired old man. So I'm gonna, oh, and there's the camera. There's one more day. This is what it looks like when there's one more day. It's bad. Steven, you're not zooming in on my belly, are you? Okay.
You go down the court.
Oh my God. Last night it was 10 o'clock and I was working, I was pushing, I'm like, I'm so tired, I'm just so tired. And then I turned and I like looked in the mirror and I was like, who the hell is that man? That man is old. Like, that man needs to go to bed. And I was like, yeah, let's stop working. And then this stupid man stayed up and played solitaire for 45 minutes on the laptop. I was like, I just need to win 2 more times and then I'll go to bed. And I hit this string of games I couldn't beat and I'm like, go to bed. And I'm like, I gotta win. Stupid. All right, so anyway, enough about how stupid I am. Let's talk about getting you guys ready for tomorrow. I am available today during lunch from 12:30 to 1 for anybody who needs to work on the 3-day things. That's great. The homework that you did this weekend, the 3-day day 6, please put that in the middle of the table. I can tell you, yeah. I will not have that graded by lunch because I'm teaching both sections of AB with Mr. Link today and I have AQR, but I will absolutely be available during lunch if you want to work on old stuff, whatever. I will have that problem set graded before the end of today. So if you're staying for tutorials after school, which I hope is pretty much everybody.
Wait, what's up? Sorry.
What? Tutorials after school today?
Yes.
Pretty much everybody planning to stay.
Yeah.
David's giving me the no face. Friends over here, are we all staying? Giselle staying? Maybe. That was a strong maybe. I like you're staying, right? Celeste is staying, Myra's staying. Palamon is out looking for his calculator right now. Alright, tomorrow morning, here's what you need. Stay with me. Things that you need to know about tomorrow morning. You are testing in this room. I will have covered all the posters, but you will be testing in this room. Otherwise, everyone's going to like sit in front of the series poster and be like, oh, here it is. We are testing. I see you, David. I should be here around 7 tomorrow morning. Testing, I think, starts like right at 7:30. You are not going to morning meeting. You are not going to base camp. You are just going to be here. Base camp, whatever base camp is in here has been moved. 28, 27 will be Calc AB and Calc BC kids. Do not go anywhere else. Come here. Yeah.
Are we testing the same way we did with the last time where it was BC and AB?
It'll be a mix of BC and AB, and it'll be less of a problem this time because your exams are exactly timed to be the same. It wasn't that way when you took your final exam because I was using exams from 2 different years and the timing was different. But tomorrow everyone will do 30 multiple choice questions in 60 minutes, 15 multiple choice questions in 45 minutes. The timing is the same. And so it is absolutely acceptable from the College Board standpoint for AB and BC kids to test in the same room because no one's actually doing both tests at the same time. I'm sure you'd be tempted. All right, so that's lunch support. Oh, yeah, so last night the thing that I was working on was generating your data letters from your Blitz assignments, all those multiple choice practice questions. Yeah, that's what I was working on last night. They're at home.
I know.
In my brown leather bag with some papers that I spent time grading so I can give you feedback on it. But they're at home, yeah.
I knew it.
I will get those printed out by the end of lunch. They're on my computer. I'll print them out. You'll have access to them. I got here. I was like, oh my God, why? Calculators, they are charged.
Yes.
Oh, no.
David put it
Go
in
charge them right now. Go charge them right now.
Yeah, no.
All right. And for those of you that are going to stay after school today, I think there are 2 really good ways to spend the time. Number 1 is to work on 3-a-day, day 7 and day 8. You haven't been assigned those. These are not for a grade. You're working on them because these are great practice for the free response part. The second thing I think is a really good thing to work on are the multiple choice Blitz questions. Any ones that you missed, hit multiple choice, you hit free response, everything is good. We're not going to do any sort of a rotation or time testing. I want you to focus on whatever it is that you need to focus on. All the friends are good? All right, so now I need you to humor me, Steve, and we're gonna put the camera all the way in the back. You guys are all gonna come up a little bit closer. We're not gonna push, that was so last week. It's time for something new. Everybody come on up, and you're gonna stand, and I'm gonna be on camera, and you're gonna be on camera. There you go.
Don't do it.
A couple of years ago, I was watching, everyone's on this side. Steven, what are you doing with the camera? Everyone's on this side, and a couple of years ago, my wife and I were watching Grey's Anatomy, like when Grey's Anatomy was still cool. It's probably not cool anymore. Does anybody even watch Grey's Anatomy?
No.
You do? You still watch it? Yeah. Okay, good. So now there's like 3 of us keeping the show going. There is a doctor, surgeon, Amelia Shepherd. She is the brain surgeon. She is a gifted surgeon. She's really ballsy. She's had like issues with drugs and bad relationships and all divorce here or there, but she is a gifted neurosurgeon. This is the thing to focus on. Gifted neurosurgeon. Anyway, so she was getting ready to go and perform brain surgery on another surgeon, and this surgeon was like the only surgeon in the nation that focused on operations for babies in the womb before they were born. This was like the most important surgery she was ever going to perform in her life. Everybody still with me? Yeah. Do you remember the episode? Whatever. Okay. Anyway, so the scene opens up. She's not at the operating table yet. She's washed her hands, she's done all the things, and she's standing there like this.
Like Superman?
Like Superman, like Wonder Woman. She's just standing there like this. Feel free to join me if you want to. She's standing there like this. And it goes on for like a long time, and somebody comes in and they're like, Amelia, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm waiting. And awkward silence. They're like, what are you waiting for? She's like, I'm waiting for my superhero to arrive because today I am a superhero. And so she just stands there and she waits and she waits and she waits for like 2 minutes and eventually says, I'm ready. And she goes in. And I thought, wow, this is awesome. It was like the Thursday night right before the kids took the AP exam. I was like, of course, we're going to go do this tomorrow morning. That's what we're doing right now. So we're all going to like stand in our superhero pose. Spread yourselves out. Get in your power. It's called power posing. And Andrew, if you're a Spider-Man, do whatever. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever. And honestly, I thought, okay, fine, like I'll try it. It's gimmicky. I'm like, you know, it's fiction, whatever. And then I actually talked to somebody about it, and they're like, oh, you mean Amy Cuddy's work? I'm like, no, I mean Amelia Shepherd from Grey's Anatomy. They're like, no, Amy Cuddy, who is a research scientist in social behavior. She's actually done studies in this about like how you stand. Your body can actually influence your mind. No, for real, there is science out there, Stephen, that like by standing like this, it's called power posing, for 2 minutes a day, it actually causes hormonal changes in your brain. Good hormonal changes in your brain.
How can you tell like this?
Because now it's important. So 2 minutes like this every single day, it raises your testosterone. It's not going to grow facial hair. It raises your testosterone so that you are more confident. It lowers your cortisol, which is actually responsible for fear and inhibition and holding back. And so doing this for 2 minutes a day can actually rewire some of the pathways in your brain and change the hormones. So we're going to take a minute and just stand in your power pose. It doesn't have to be like this. If you want to sit down, the issue is like to just be really open with your body. And we're not going to like go all like feely, you know, like meditation Monday. But just like, whoa there. If it's Spider-Man, do your Spider-Man. If it's sitting and you're just like, oh yeah, you know, that's fine. Just open up. You can.
You look uncomfortable.
That's making me uncomfortable. But just take a minute and like change your breath. So like I lay is very closed right now. And like what that does It has the exact opposite effect.
Whoa.
If you're really closed, your testosterone is lowered, and the cortisol is actually increased. So you want to be open in whatever way makes sense, big and open. If you want to like stand with like this, like you're ready to charge like a bull, whatever you need, just get yourself open.
Yeah.
Wait for that inner superhero to arrive. Oh, it's coming. There isn't a camera zoomed in on my butt right now. So you can that's not the kind of open anybody needs right now. Whoa. Everyone else already started, yes.
Oh.
You're the only one still closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to suck in the gut, because that's what you do. Let's see, like just wait for the superhero to arrive. Stretch.
I'm not watching this video.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna watch it. I'll delete this part of the video. Unless you send me 10% of your first paycheck after college, I'll delete the video.
Wait, that's like
I'm not
4
getting.
years from now.
I mean, 10% of 0 is 0, right? So.
I'm gonna wait for the first one. Alright, so you guys can head on back. I would encourage you to do this as you can do this while you're sitting too. You can be open while you're sitting.
I sit here.
Alright, so we've got 39 instructional minutes left. Here's how we're gonna spend them. Last night I went through and I just took everything I know about the exam, everything that I know, everything I've been taught, everything I believe, and typed it up into your little study plan. And so what I want you to do is take a couple minutes, skim.
This is gonna look good.
We're going. Testosterone's up real high over there. Okay. So I would encourage you to take a little bit, read through this, actively mark this up. The recommended study plan for AB is very similar to what it is for the BC Friends. The difference though is that I'm also encouraging you guys to spend some time with Power Series expansions. We know that that's going to show up. Series tests for convergence and divergence, make sure you know all of them. All those parametric equation and polar curves, make sure you've got those under control. I would hope that between after school today and tomorrow, most of you have planned to study for at least 2 hours. Between end of day today and tomorrow morning.
Oh, end of day today.
End of day today and tomorrow. Is this realistic?
Yes.
Do not stay up all night. Do not cram tonight, because one of the consulting gigs that I've had this year has been working with these research scientists at Michigan on how the brain learns. And part of the data that's out there says that the kids who cram the night before an exam don't do well, and part of that is what your brain needs most of all the night before a test is rest. It needs sleep. I don't mean go to sleep right now, but it needs a good, healthy amount of sleep. Studying before you go to bed is a good thing, because what actually happens even after you fall asleep is that your brain is actually still processing on a subconscious level. Not unconscious, that's different. Okay, on a subconscious level, your brain is still actively processing some of those things. Let's not worry about those things. Okay, and then like studying a little bit more tomorrow morning right before the test, also a very good thing. But cramming is like the dumbest thing you could ever possibly do. What you guys need is you need stamina to make it through like a 4-hour test tomorrow. Okay, do not cram. Okay, then there are some recommendations at the bottom for pacing yourself during the test. What is most likely going to be the hardest part of tomorrow's test? For some of you, might be free response. I still think, I would argue, it is that first multiple choice section. Because you have to do 30 questions in 60 minutes, and you are not gonna have enough time. You're gonna want more time, and no extra time is gonna come. You have to move quickly. You have to pace yourself. No more than 2 minutes per question. Or like do 5 questions in like a 10-minute spurt, and then like stop and breathe for a little bit. Calculator active multiple choice, you're probably gonna finish early. If you finish early, finish early. Relax for a little bit, because then you're gonna write for 90 minutes without stopping. Very technical, very specific kinds of writing. Some rules of thumb at the top here, just reminders about, we don't simplify in the free response. We just don't. Never, ever do we simplify. We also don't use the word it. We're gonna read the questions carefully. You're gonna make sure you're actually reading the question that you're answering the question that they've asked you to answer, not your version of their question. They're not interested in your version. If they ask you something like, is the function continuous? Your answer best be yes or no. Yes, the function is continuous. No, the function is not continuous. And then you go and you explain why you know it to be continuous. Everybody okay? If you're going to use the IVT, what do you have to know for sure? IVT, the intermediate value theorem. The function has to be continuous. The mean value theorem? Function has to be differentiable, and it has to be continuous. But of course, if you're differential, you are therefore continuous. The extreme value theorem? Continuous. Continuous on a closed interval. These are the things that you're going to review tonight. Riemann sums, be careful. There are some times where they say, do a Riemann sum using like 4 rectangles of equal width. Good news, they're equal width. But if they don't say equal width, then they're not going to be equal width. Like those data table questions, you've got to be really careful with those. All right, last thing I want you guys to do is take out your calculator. I want you to actually, there's like a whole series of things that I actually want you to physically go through and check. While you're doing that, I'm going to take attendance, I'm going to pick up homework. Alright, please go through, do those calculations. I want to make sure everybody is getting answers that are accurate to at least 3 decimal places. I want to make sure that you're in radian mode. You want to check not on just your graph, not on just on the calculate screen, but on the graphing screen. As soon as this class is over, if you guys just want to put your calculators in the charging station, that would be a really good thing. Get as much of a charge as you can. Excuse me.
I am press to test.
You're in press to test mode. We need to get out of press to test mode. Yeah, epic fail. Okay. We're gonna have it tomorrow. Charged. Please go through it tonight and do all these things. Okay. This shouldn't take you very long, but I want to make sure we're getting all the right numbers, all the right places. This is going to test for grading mode. It's going to test for are you displaying 3 decimal places on the things? Myra, everything going well with the calculator check? Okay. Friends in the back, are we okay with calculator stuff? All right. Take about 1 more minute. All right, good timing, still on. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes. Last week I had this epiphany, and it just struck like lightning. And I thought, you know, what do I want to do for the last 30 minutes of class? I want to have you guys look at some of the most common mistakes that students make when it comes to answering free response questions. And your goal is going to be to spot the error, fix the error, and give me the most complete answer possible. So that's what this document called Calc BC, Spot and Fix the Error, is all about. If you look at this very first one, I'm going to assign you guys to groups in just a second. Okay, we've got a situation about Angela. She's riding her bike to school. For any time t greater than or equal to 0 measured in seconds, her velocity in meters per second can be determined by the function v of t. Using correct units, explain the meaning of the integral from 3 to 8 v of t dt in the context of this situation. This is a typical College Board question. I would not at all be surprised if you see one just like this tomorrow. Now, is her name going to be Angela? Is she going to be riding a bike? No, who cares? Maybe she is a squirrel. Maybe he is driving a car. I don't care. They could be swimming, and we're talking about their velocity. But what you're going to do when you see the integral from 3 to 8 of v of t dt and you're asked to explain the meaning, here's what you're not going to do. Angela's total distance traveled from 3 to 8 seconds measured in meters. Why is this wrong? Why is this response wrong? Right? They just said total distance traveled, but it's really supposed to be displacement. So all you need to do, maybe you're like, oh, there's the error, and tell me what the error is. Okay, some other student. Angela's displacement from t equals 3 to t equals 8 seconds. What do we think? This isn't fully correct. They didn't include the units, right? And so, like, there's the issue here. What are the units supposed to be? Oh, they forgot to mention the units for displacement. Okay? After you've identified the errors and the responses, then you're going to give me the fully correct answer, which is Angela's displacement from t equals 3 to t equals 8 seconds measured in meters. These are all going to be typical College Board questions. These are typical student responses that are wrong. Identify the error in whatever way makes sense to you, and then fix it. Lewis, you're good? You don't have one. I delivered 4 to the table. I bet somebody kept one. They're holding you back at your table. My bet's Stephen. Yep. All right, there you go. So here's how it's going to work. Question number 1, we have Polymon and Celeste. But playing the role of Polymon is Giselle. Giselle and Celeste, you two are going to become the experts on particle motion. That starts here at the bottom of page 1 and continues on to page 2. This is what you guys are doing for the next 10 minutes. Question number 2, let's have you up here. Rate functions, Lewis and Carmen. This starts on page 3 and continues to page 4. Back there, functional analysis, we have David and Andrew. I believe it starts on page 4 and continues to page 5. Finally, Stephen, Ile, and Myra, you guys are going to be up here. Group 4, you have a series question. You can use your survival guide. You have 10 minutes to become experts, because then I'm going to mix you up again, and you are now going to have to work with the other friends on questions that they haven't seen. Everybody good? All right, let's move, please. Celeste, Masters of Particle Motion. You've got the initial problem here, and then the question and the flawed answers. There's 1, 2, 3 that you're doing. Okay? And group 2, Lewis and Carmen, you guys are over here on question number 2. Okay? And there should be 1, 2, 3 that you're doing. Okay, functional analysis is David and Andrew in the back. Right, so you guys are starting over here, question number 3. That's 1, 2, 3 pieces. And then friends over here, you guys have the series question. Bless.
Yeah.
If you need any help during these first 10 minutes, let me know. Lewis, it kind of looks like you're simplifying over there.
Simplify.
Are you simplifying on that calculator? Because you wouldn't simplify on the free response part of the exam, right? Because that'd be silly. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, if we just want to take it seriously. The other thing, there is no way on God's green earth that I would do this ever on the calculator active part of the test. They gave you the function.
Everybody's do the right answer anyway.
Yes, agreed. But they're awarding one, I know you don't know this at the time. They're awarding 1 point for coming up with the right number because they're expecting you to find the derivative on the calculator without doing anything. Okay? If it's the calculator active part of the test, use the calculator. Have the calculator do the heavy lifting, okay? When you get into this next group and you're going to be the expert on this, can you share this with folks and make sure that they know not to do this? Thanks. Morning, Chris. That's really important. What's the question? So what's the error? Actually sent with the reading. Chris, are you waiting for me? Yeah. What's up? Three really chat during class. They never actually answer the question. What is fate? Now, I'm not asking about any questions that are crazy too much for this program, but you definitely got the issue. Like, limited iteration infinity needs to be consistent with the case, make sure you change the answer. And that they never actually identified the rate. They did all the work to get there, but they didn't land the plane. Keep going. Okay, tell me what errors you guys are finding.
I'll bring them back in space.
Including some that I wasn't expecting. Yep. That's one mistake. There's another one. And I was hoping it was a little more obvious.
Oh, no, it's P, it's P for.
There you go. Right? 3 places after the decimal all the time. All the time. Oh, did you say that? I don't hear. And so what's the ideal answer?
Well, this would be,
Yes, that's the right number. That's 1 point. But the question says, using correct units, explain the meaning of your answer.
Decreasing at a rate of 300 to negative 327.4923 liters per hour.
I like most of what you said. I don't know if you heard it. Oh, but you wrote it as well. Neither one of you would get the full points here. At G is 2 hours. You said seconds and you wrote seconds. At G, so the ideal answer at G is 2 hours. The rate that water is pumped into the tank is decreasing at a rate of 327.492 liters per hour. Okay, you guys have any answers this up on the okay, keep going. Let's do this. Let's do the first one. And then the ideal is the correct answer. And then same with the next page. Friends over here. What are you noticing?
Change the next overchange line.
Okay, that's one thing.
And then the units are feet per second.
Yeah. What do I notice in the second one? They don't have any units as part of it, for sure. There's another fatal issue. They're using a function. Look at the
Talking about RT, not they're talking about RT, not
they're using P of 5 and P of 3. It's not D, it's K. Really important. I want to make sure you guys convey that. So, 4, 35 oh, and you guys made it off the back. Okay. So what was wrong with the first response?
They didn't, in the justification, they didn't mention that it's rising.
Okay. And with the whenever you're doing the Riemann approximation, I want to make sure you guys make this super clear in the next rotation. There's 2 things that you mentioned. One of them is what's the function doing, how's it acting, and the second thing is the method. There's another mistake.
Is it that it says K is increasing, or it should be like K is?
It has to do with the approximation. Well, so that's definitely one thing. Like, it would be better if they used the approximate symbol, not the equal symbol. Is the points that they gave you in the table are not 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12.
Oh, these are from the same one.
Yes, I'm sorry if that wasn't clear.
Yeah,
That's the same date.
okay, I was like, I don't know how
I think
that
it's
works.
for
Okay. Okay, then. So then the points are wrong, so then these, like the times 3, you can use times 3.
Right. Should be right. Okay, right. So they use the wrong one. Not equal intervals. Okay, so the last thing here is that interval sign. And you have to make it really clear when you're working with the groups. That interval sign, do not write the interval sign in front of all this. Because what this is saying is find the definite interval of all these things. And that's not what we're doing. Okay. Alright, friends over here, how are we doing? Which one do you guys have? Question 3. Okay, so what did you find as a mistake in the first question? Yeah. They forgot to include x equals 2. No, they did not.
Then B.
I'm sure. Read the question one more time.
I mean, they got it right. Just they were really short.
Oh, I see.
So what's the Right, I deliberately only gave you the interval -3 to 1. Don't give me answers outside of that. Okay, there's another
But
problem.
it's from the bottom.
And it's a small problem, but it's important. F is a horizontal tangent line, then its derivative is equal to 0. Don't use it, don't use it, don't use it. And I think if you guys could really emphasize with the friends,
Just make it check.
the issue with x equals 2,
Just write the.
then we can, that'd be good.
Yeah,
Okay, second response, what's the issue?
It's closed.
You're right, so what's wrong with that? Okay, so maybe they wrote it as an interval. I think, why would they write -2, 0, and 0, 0?
Oh, no, wait, they have it.
What are they actually writing? What's the graph? They're writing it as points. Right, and I know that's weird. We have notation for points, we have notations for interval, and it's the same thing. Yeah, so we just want x values. Okay, you guys made it on to the next one. Okay, so what are the issues?
This one,
Yeah.
they made the whole equation for F.
Yeah, we never do that. We use L or something else. Okay, what else?
And then also, like, state that the
That's a thing. There's one more thing. It's a small thing. They're saying that big F of 1.3 is equal to. It's not. How about response number 2?
That was just about why the two.
There you go. So the perfect answer is from x equals 1.1 to x equals 1.3. Big F prime is decreasing, which means that big F is hunking down. So you get a tangent line on the graph of F, which is an over. Nice. That was good. You guys are on the last one. We already talked about the first one. Okay, so what's wrong with the response one? Yeah, they're talking about the wrong column. And if, I don't know if you looked at response number 2, they made another mistake here. It's a mistake. That's a mistake for sure. There's another mistake. There's another mistake. Now, they never actually mentioned the conditions that are needed to be true to use the FET. Right? You have to make sure that you tell me about differentiability and continuity. That is non-negotiable. Okay. All right, you guys are on the third one? All right, friends, we've got 10 minutes left. It is time to regroup. Everybody has a poker chip. What you are going to do is you are going to regroup into groups of, it'll be a group of 4 and a group of 5. No one can be in the group that has the same color chip that you have, which is why I needed to come back and do this differently. Okay, so reform your group. There's going to be a group of 4, group of 5. You guys each have an orange. You each both have whatever color it is you have. Reform the groups. You cannot be in the group with that same person. Time to split. Move.
No, you move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a second. So we need a group of 4 and a group of 5. Now, you do not have to work on the same problem within your group, okay? So take a look at this. We've only got about 10 minutes left. So question number 1 is on particle motion. If you know particle motion is a place where you need some support, that's where I'd encourage you to work. Question number 2 is all about rate functions. You might want to work on rate functions. Question number 3, functional analysis. Question number 4 is series. Whatever question you focus on, that is fine. You then need to confirm with your resident expert, like David, you guys were working on functional analysis. So whoever's working on functional analysis, if you're not sure about something, check in with David. What were you working on?
Particle.
If you're working on particle motion, Celeste is the go-to person for particle motion. You guys have the next 10 minutes, and I will email this to you guys later so you have access to all the solutions. Okay?
Thank you.
Spend that time wisely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, there's 4. I'm guessing you have it.
No.
Tanks. There were 2 blues. You guys should be working. It's a brown. I'm missing a brown. I will beat the snot out of you till a brown shit pops out. Thanks, sir. LCD can be a good thing. So for all the BC friends out there, tomorrow is going to be an excellent day. It is your day. You've worked so hard all of this time to get yourself ready. I've worked really hard to get you ready. If you have any questions tonight, if you need some support, call somebody who cares. But feel free to email me. I will be... Carmen cares, apparently. Anyone in particular you care about that you want to give a shout out to?
Giselle.
I mean, Isaiah is a really good guy. Anyway, if you guys need anything tonight, send me an email. I'll be up till about 9:30 or so, and then I think I'm going to pass out. And then I'll get up early and I'll answer any emails. If you need any documents sent to you, send me an email. I'll send you whatever I've got. Enjoy the ride. One more day. Oh no.
But not yet.
I'm just
It's from Les Miserables. Ah, such a good movie. Even better musical. And who knew Hugh Grant could sing? Russell Crowe cannot.
Okay.
Give him a sword, let him cut people's heads off, don't give him a microphone. Hey man. Because the center of convergence is 2, and what this statement is saying, this one has to go. Right, the center is 2, but the radius is a half. You can go a half of the space to the right and a half of the space to the left and guarantee convergence inside of it. Stay focused, David.
This part is right, all this is right.
Good, good. Okay, now here's the thing. You're not answering their question.
Oh, you have to test the inputs.
No, go back and read the question.
So the radius of convergence. Oh, no.
And so this is one of those things you always want to make sure you're answering their question, not your version of their question. All right, friends, so this may have been the last formal minute that we have together, but there's still today during lunch from 12:30 to 11. I'm going to stay after school today from 3:45 to 5:30. I'll be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and we can always email. But really, at about 9:30 tonight, I think I'm going to just collapse into a puddle of goo.
Sorry.
Or I'll be playing solitaire for